What's up, everybody? It's Levi from LeviLastic.com. Thanks again for joining me today. And this is episode 5 of 6 in my interview series with Dr. Misak. Please like and subscribe below. It really helps a lot. In this episode, you're going to learn about what a Rife machine is and who is the doctor that actually invented that. You're going to learn about a multi-wave oscillator and then also about cell phone neutralizers. So all very key, important aspects, and they also play important roles in the natural healing process. So I think you'll find this video very interesting as well. Come check it out. On that. So you showed me something else, the coil there to the side. What was that? The coil to your left, the big coil?
Oh, whoa. Okay, well, over here, that's a Rife machine.
Okay.
Royal Rife in the 1930s. He studied frequency, and he studied the aspect of finding not only mortal oscillatory rates that harmonize with our bodies. It's interesting what happened in the 1930s because Tesla came out and said, think of frequency vibration. And then all these frequency healers came out. Royal Rife was at the top of the chain. And then he got ostracized from the medical establishment because he was curing people by running electrical frequencies to people by killing microbes. He looked through a microscope, identify a frequency one at a time until it caused that microbe to vibrate, boom, explode. Wow, I find the frequency of that bug. And when you have light frequencies, it causes resonance, and their bodies couldn't handle the resonance, and their cell walls would destroy. So, go read about Rife machines and say Lyme disease. And you'll be like, whoa, this is interesting stuff. And then there was another guy in the 1930s named George Lavotsky. And instead of honing in on specific frequencies that resonate with tissues or stuff, Lavotsky had the concept, what if I run 10,000 frequencies through you per second, and then your body, based upon the tissue frequencies that you already are, those frequencies are input, so they stimulate resonance. Like if I take this guitar and set it down, then I set another guitar right beside it, and I pluck the E string, and then the other E string on the guitar plus the one on the other guitar starts vibrating because they're in resonance, right? Make sense? Mm-hmm. Lavotsky said, what if I throw thousands of frequencies at you per second, and then your body, where it resonates, it stimulates like a battery charger to cause your frequency to vibrate more strongly and Lavotsky had a 98% cure rate with terminal cancers. He had a 100% cure rate with arthritic complaints, and he created what was called the multi-wave oscillator, which big old coils, and you sit between those coils, and you run those frequency generator through you, and your body, if it resonates, it's like a big battery charger. And so I eat my lunch there. I sit there and run those frequencies through me. And so Lavotsky said, if your resonance is strong enough, then the frequencies of microbes and things like that are pathological, that your body finally takes over and discredits and gets rid of those. So because a Rife machine, because these things are, quote, non-FDA approved experimental medical devices, and they're not approved by the FDA, then I don't charge for them. They're free. Come to my office, use them. Be part of your therapy, but I'm going to tell you when you can use them because I know what the hell they'll do to your chemistry. And if your chemistry can't handle jumping on these machines, you can't detox appropriately, I'm not going to put you on them. But if your chemistry can handle it, use them for free. Use them all you want. And I have cancer patients who come in here and use them on a regular basis. I have arthritic patients who come in. I have patients who just want to feel better in general. Hey, doc, I'm in the area. Can I use it? Yep. Come on, jump on. Because if I charge you, then I'm making a claim that it does something. So I've bought these machines and I use them for free on my clients if they want to participate and use them. And I find that all they do is they augment and they stimulate the body to restore by giving it what it needs. So I tell people, don't believe a damn word that I say. Go figure out why I'm saying it.
It's funny you mentioned the cell phone. So I got this at your office 6 years ago.
Yep.
Is it still good?
Yep. Cell phone neutralizers are based upon principles of using crystal resonance, geometric patterns, because everything breaks down on the periodic table to 9 geometric shapes that are incorporated into all of life. That's why things go back to sacred geometry and the tree of life and the flower of life. Those geometric patterns are in all things. If you look at Blavatsky's coils, those are geometric patterns based upon the Fibonacci spiral. Those are that they decrease by 1/6. Just like this bone is 1/6 smaller than this bone, which is 1/6 smaller than this bone, which is 1/6 smaller than this bone, which is 1/6 smaller than this bone. These are patterns that run through all of life. And why did I've got that vitalometry. These patterns are in there. There's reasons why you turn around and how things work together, that the secrets of nature have always been there, and certain practitioners have identified it, and only people have taken bits and pieces of it. And I'd be like, well, if that worked, why aren't we always doing that? Because it didn't work in everybody. Well, why didn't it work on everybody? Hey, run these little urine and saliva pattern, and you can test and see when it's not working and why, because based upon what's particular for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm screaming this out. Read my articles that I wrote in Naturopathic Doctor News and Review. And why I don't have naturopathic doctors wanting to do internships or come here and, start taking over this so I can really start experimenting and teaching you something else. I don't know. Not my time. But in the meantime, I feel great. I keep doing what I do. Huh.
And so I think you said the Dr. Reams, that's who you learned the algorithm from?
Yeah. Carrie Reams' biological theory of ionization.
Now,
RBTI.
I think you, from what I recall, you said he didn't really document that you picked it up. And so is that true? Or he didn't teach anybody else, or he didn't really?
He did. He taught RBTI. Dr. Sandy Badeau or AF Badeau wrote a book that's considered like the Bible, that, the textbook of RBTI. He's the only one who really put it in textbook format. There's a guy named Sabin Kerbin that said that he wrote a book that basically told a story. He was a reporter that went to one of Reams's retreats, and he's like, oh my God, people need to learn about this. And he wrote Health, and he told the story about Reams and things like that. But Reams kept getting thrown in jail. The FDA went to his 250-acre retreat and confiscated 50 years of research. This man documented the frequency of foods, the frequency of plants, the frequency of animals, and said, if you know the frequency, you know the diet. And the frequency is based upon your pH, and your nitrates dictate the strength of your frequency. So when you start honing in on the right frequency, all the other numbers start falling in alignment. And that's based upon what you're eating that's causing that. So I can tell you how to eat right before I can tell you what supplements you need, but it also dictates where those deficiencies lie.